Dear students, in this video, I am going to discuss the topic types of companies. So, question may appear in exams like explain the various kinds of companies or types of company. So, first of all, we will discuss chartered company. Like in earlier times, trading companies were often created by a royal charter, and the parts and the nature of the business of a chartered company, they were defined by this charter which used to incorporate it. Examples are Bank of England and East India Company. But now the companies are created by registration, and after India attained independence, these types of companies do not exist. Okay, and the provisions of Companies Act 2013 do not apply to such companies. So we do not have chartered companies nowadays. Then statutory company. A company may be incorporated by means of a special act of the parliament or any state legislator. So such companies are called statutory companies, and such companies are generally formed to carry out some special public undertaking. For example, railways, waterworks, gas, electric generation, etc. And such statutory companies examples are like RBI, Reserve Bank of India, LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India, FCI, Food Corporation of India, UTI, Unit Trust of India, and State Trading Corporations. So objective of such companies are not to such as earn profit but to serve people. Then we have registered or incorporated companies. So companies registered under Companies Act 2013 or the earlier Companies Act, they are known as registered companies. So such companies come into existence when they are registered under the Companies Act and a certificate of incorporation is granted to them by the registrar. Now such companies which are registered by under the act, they may be a company limited by share or company limited by guarantee or unlimited company. So company limited by shares, first we will explain. So in a company limited by share, the liability of members is limited by the memorandum to the amount, if any, unpaid on the shares respectively held by them. It means where the shares are fully paid up, no further liability rests on them. For example, if a AB Limited has a share capital of 10,000 shares of rupees 10 each, A has purchased 100 shares on which he has paid so far as rupees 6 per share. Now his liability per share is only rupees 4. Then we have company limited by guarantee. These companies are registered company, public or private, and here the liability of member is limited to such amount as they may respectively undertaken in memorandum to contribute to the assets of a company in the event of its being wound up. So in case of such companies, liability of its members is limited to the amount of guarantee undertaken by them. Now such type of company may or may not have share capital, and if it has share capital, the liability of members will be twofold. That is, number one, liability to pay share amount, number two, amount guaranteed. Then unlimited companies. A company not having any limit on the liability of its shares is termed as unlimited company. Now a company may be a company limited by guarantee or unlimited companies. They can either a public company, they can be a private company. So what are the private limited companies? A private company, it's actually a very suitable form for carrying on the business of a family or small concerns. Reason being, minimum number of members required is only 2. So only 2% can start a private company. So private company means a company which has a minimum paid up capital as may be prescribed, and by its articles they restricts the right to transfer its shares and limits the number of its members to 200 and prohibits any invitation to the public to subscribe for any shares or debentures of the company. Dear students, I have already uploaded a detailed video on private limited company where I have mentioned features and special privileges. So you can go through that video for detailed discussion on private limited companies. Then we have public limited company. Public company means that is which is not a private company. Okay, that's a public company and which has a minimum paid up capital as may be prescribed, and it's a private company which is a subsidiary of a public company. Now, what are the various the shares of a public limited company? They are listed and traded on stock exchange, and they are freely we can market. They are transferable, freely transferable. Okay, and minimum number members of a public limited company are 7, and there is no limit on maximum number of members. There is no limit. Then one person company, which is also known as OPC, it's a new concept. It has been incorporated in Companies Act 2013. Now, one person company provides benefit of both form of business, proprietorship and company. With the formation of an OPC, business can be run in same way as a proprietorship, of course by complying with law and keeping liability of members limited by share or guarantee as the case may be. Now, the name of the company shall include the words one person company within brackets below the name of the company, and the person forming an OPC has to nominate a person with that person's written consent as a nominee of the OPC. Then we have the government companies. Government company means any company in which not less than 51% of paid up share capital is held by number 1 central government, or any state government or governments, or partly by central government and partly by one or more state governments. A subsidiary of a government company will also be treated as a government company. And examples we have Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited and Steel Authority of India Limited. These are the examples of government companies. Then foreign company. Foreign company means any company or body corporate incorporated outside India, which has a place of business in India, whether by itself or through an agent, physically or through electronic mode, and conducts any business activity in India in any other manner. Then we have holding and subsidiary companies. Actually, these are relative terms. Holding and subsidiary companies are relative terms. A company which controls another company is known as holding company, and the company so controlled is called subsidiary company. Okay, so it means a company shall be deemed to control another company in the cases when it controls the composition of board of directors or exercises or controls more than 1/2 of the total share capital, either at its own or together with one or more of the subsidiary companies. Total share capital means paid up equity share capital and paid up preference share capital. Then we have a small company. Small company means a company other than a public company whose paid up share capital does not exceed 50 lakh rupees or such higher amount as may be prescribed, which shall not be more than 5 crore rupees, or turnover of which as per its last profit and loss account does not exceed 2 crore rupees or such higher amount as may be prescribed, and which shall not be more than 20 crore rupees. However, the following companies are not treated as small companies, like holding company or a subsidiary company, a company registered under Section 8, a company or body corporate governed by any special act. Listed company, it's any company which has any of its securities listed on any recognized stock exchange. Then we have dormant company. That's where a company is formed and registered under Companies Act 2013 for a future project or to hold an asset or intellectual property and has no significant accounting transaction. Such a company or an inactive company may make an application to registrar seeking the status of dormant company. The term inactive company means a company which has not been carrying on any business or operation or has not made any significant accounting transaction during the last 2 financial years, or has not filed financial statements and annual returns during the last 2 financial years. Then we have producer company. It means a body corporate which specified in section 581B and deals primarily with produce of its active members for carrying out any of the specified objects. So what are the specified objects? What are the objects of producer company? Like production, harvesting, procurement and marketing of primary produce of its members, processing produce of its members, then manufacture, sale or supply of equipments and consumables to its members, then providing education on the mutual assistance principles to its members, then rendering technical services, consultancy services and all other activities for the promotion of interest of its members. So these are few activities like welfare measures or facilities for the benefit of its members as may be prescribed. So every producer company shall deal primarily with produce of its active members for carrying out any of its objectives specified in this section. So that's all for kinds of the companies. Thank you.